Hey everyone, we're diving into a topic I know a lot of you are curious about, IV hydration, but specifically for nurses thinking about starting their own businesses.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a hot area right now.
So we dug into this report called Navigating the Growing IV Hydration Market, a guide for nurses seeking entrepreneurial opportunities. And we're going to break it all down for you.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll know if this is the right path for you.
So to kick things off, let's talk about the market itself. How big is this thing really?
Well, this report says it's going to hit like $6.2 billion by 2027.
No, $6.2 billion.
Yep. Huge growth, driven by a few things. People are more focused on wellness these days.
Right.
Plus, everyone wants that quick fix, right? Athletes want to recover faster, partiers want to cure that hangover, and people are just busier than ever.
Okay, makes total sense. So why are nurses particularly well suited for this kind of business?
I mean, come on, think about it. Nurses are already pros at assessing patients and giving IVs safely. That's a huge advantage. Most people jumping into this business would have to learn all that stuff from scratch.
Yeah, you're already way ahead of the game. So let's say a nurse is listening to this and thinking, okay, this sounds cool, but what kind of business could I actually start?
Well, the report lays out a couple of main options. You could open an IV hydration clinic, a dedicated space, makes it feel professional. You can create a relaxing spa-like vibe if you want.
Ooh, I like that.
Or you could go mobile. That means taking your services directly to your clients' homes, offices, events, you name it. Super flexible if you don't want to be tied to one spot.
Mobile for therapy. I can see it now, the IV hydration food truck.
Right.
But, okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What about the legal stuff?
Sure.
What do nurses need to know before they just start hooking people up to IVs?
That's where things get real. You got to be careful with regulations.
Right.
Each state has different licensing requirements for nurses, and they might have specific rules about what you can and can't do with IV therapy.
So it's not as simple as just ordering some supplies online and setting up shop in your basement.
Definitely not. Like in some states, you might need to partner with a doctor, have a collaborative agreement to do this legally.
Oh, I see. So it's essential to do your homework before you do anything else.
Absolutely. The American Nurses Association website is a great resource for that.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So we've got the legal side, but what about specialized training? Is that something nurses should consider?
Totally. The report really stresses that because, even though nurses are familiar with IVs, this is a bit different.
How so?
It's not just saline, right? You're dealing with different fluids, ingredients, got to know how to handle potential complications, and of course, safety is paramount.
Makes sense.
So look for reputable courses that focus specifically on IV therapy.
Got it. Okay, so we've covered the legal stuff, the training, but now let's talk business. How does a nurse make that leap from caregiver to entrepreneur?
Yeah, this is where the report gets really interesting. It talks about the importance of knowing your target audience. Like, who is your ideal client?
Right.
Are you going after athletes, busy professionals, wellness junkies? Figuring that out helps you create the right services and marketing plan.
That makes a lot of sense. So how do you actually reach those clients? Any marketing tips?
Oh, yeah, for sure. The report talks about building a killer online presence, your website, social media, online booking. That's essential.
So important these days.
But don't forget about local partnerships. Think gyms, spas, wellness centers, maybe even event planners. Get creative. Figure out where your ideal client hangs out.
Okay, love it. Now, let's be honest. The financial side of things can be a bit daunting.
It can be, but planning is key.
For sure.
The report actually breaks down potential costs. You've got equipment like IV poles, pumps. Then there are supplies, the IV solutions themselves, marketing expenses, and rent if you're going the clinic route.
And that's just the beginning. What about the income potential? Can you actually make good money doing this?
Definitely. They estimate the average IV treatment costs between like $100 to $300, depending on what's in it.
Interesting.
So you've got real earning potential here, but it depends on how many clients you can get and keep, right?
Right. So marketing and building a good reputation are crucial.
Totally agree.
Okay, we've talked business models, regulations, marketing. Now, let's get to the fun part. The actual IV treatments. What kind of services are we talking about here?
Here's where it gets exciting. You've got your basic hydration, which is always going to be popular, but then there are wellness strips.
Ooh, Wellness trips, those sound interesting.
Right, they're like IV cocktails designed to address specific things like boosting your immune system, giving you more energy, improving skin health, or even helping athletes recover faster.
So like a custom blend of vitamins and stuff.
Exactly. Things like vitamin C, B vitamins, magnesium, glutathione, which is a powerful antioxidant.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. And they can be tailored to specific goals. There's a lot of research going into how effective these therapies are.
And then, of course, there are the famous hangover drips.
Oh, yeah, those are always a hit. They usually have electrolytes, anti-nausea meds, sometimes pain relievers to help people feel human again after a big night out.
I'm sure those are in high demand.
Yeah.
Okay, after hearing all of this, it's clear why so many nurses are attracted to this market. Why do you think it's such a great opportunity?
Well, the report highlights a few key things. First, you get to be your own boss, set your own hours, build your own brand, create a business that you're actually passionate about.
And you're not stuck in the traditional healthcare system.
Exactly. You have the freedom to be more innovative and really make it your own.
Plus, like we said, the earning potential is there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And you're still using your nursing skills to help people, just in a new way.
Absolutely.
It's a powerful combination. Entrepreneurship, financial independence, and still making a difference in people's lives.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So for those of you listening, what kind of IV hydration business do you see yourself creating? Who are your ideal clients? What special services would you offer?
The possibilities are endless.
This deep dive was just the start. Now it's time to take what you've learned and start exploring.
And as always, do your research. Regulations vary, and you want to make sure you're doing things the right way.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure. Until next time.